Midnight, the unthinkable moment. The camera's red recording light glowed steadily in the dim living room, capturing every heartbeat. What began as a harmless late-night prank on April 12, 2024, would soon spiral into the nightmare no one saw coming. At exactly 11:47 p.m., a scream cut through the silence, sharp, panicked, final. Silence followed. Then, the clatter of the camera tipping over. 1 minute and 12 seconds, a growing audience. Jayden Jude Carter was one of YouTube's fastest rising prank channels, boasting over 2.3 million subscribers. His wife, Elena Carter, often appeared behind the scenes, her laughter and good humor the foil to his elaborate setups. Their fans adored them as the playful couple whose chemistry felt genuine. But behind the lens, a mixture of exhaustion and creative pressure had taken hold. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, Elena's last day. That afternoon, Elena had a quick phone call with her sister, Marisol. "I'm proud of you, Jules," Elena had smiled. "But promise me you'll rest tonight, no more midnight shoots." Jayden had laughed it off. "You know me, babe. One more video, then I'm done." 5 minutes and 45 seconds, the prank idea. Jayden's concept was simple, a fake burglary, complete with staged break-in noises, flashed lights, and a masked intruder. Elena agreed to play along, hiding beneath a blanket. He rigged the living room with low-glow LEDs and a smoke machine, his most ambitious setup yet. 8 minutes and 10 seconds, tension builds. As the sun set, the couple reviewed the plan. Elena slipped on the mask, peering through the eye holes. Jayden checked the camera angle. "Ready?" She nodded, adrenaline pulsing through her veins. 10 minutes and 32 seconds, the burglary begins. At 11:30 p.m., the first crash, Jayden hurled a metal prop into the window frame. Elena stifled a yelp under her breath. Through the haze of smoke, she crept up behind him, ready for the reveal. 12 minutes and 57 seconds, something goes wrong. A misfire in the rigging, an unsecured piece of the smoke machine fell, tangling with Elena's mask strap. She staggered. Jayden lunged forward instinctively to steady her. In the confusion, his hand knocked the base of the heavy fog device. It toppled, slamming into Elena's head. 14 minutes and 3 seconds, the moment of impact. Time fractured. Elena's mask flew off. The room flooded with fluorescent red from the LEDs. Jayden froze as Elena crumpled to the hardwood floor. The glare of the camera caught the sheen of blood blooming across the wood. He dropped to his knees, dialing 911 with trembling fingers. 15 minutes and 20 seconds, desperate calls. "Please, she's not breathing," he screamed into the phone. His voice cracked. "My wife, she's bleeding everywhere." First responders arrived within 7 minutes. Paramedics worked frantically, but the injury was catastrophic, a fractured skull, massive hemorrhaging. Elena was pronounced dead at 12:04 a.m. 17 minutes and 45 seconds, investigation launched. Detective Priya Malik took the case. She and her partner, Detective Luis Ramirez, sifted through hours of raw footage. "This doesn't look like an accident," Malone noted after reviewing the tightly edited fan upload. "Why was the rigging so unstable?" Jayden insisted it was a tragic malfunction, an accident born of ambition. 20 minutes and 30 seconds, evidence discrepancies. But the coroner's report revealed more. Elena's injuries were inconsistent with a simple fall. Forensic scientist Dr. Hannah Lee concluded there was a secondary blunt force trauma to the back of the head, inflicted while she lay prone. And the timestamped footage had been altered, gaps of 6 to 10 seconds around the moment Elena fell. 23 minutes and 12 seconds, a cagey confession. Confronted with this, Jayden cracked. In a recorded interview, his voice hollow. I edited out the part where I panicked and hit her again. I thought she was already dead. I just wanted to finish the video. I didn't mean to kill her twice." His admission sent shockwaves through the department. Detectives now faced a far darker scenario, involuntary manslaughter, or worse. 25 minutes and 50 seconds, the internet's verdict. Within hours of the confession, social media exploded. Fans who once cheered his channel now demanded justice. #JudeCarterMurder trended worldwide. Sponsors dropped him. His subscriber count plummeted by 500,000 overnight. 28 minutes and 37 seconds, the charges. On May 2, 2024, Jayden Carter was formally charged with second-degree murder. At his arraignment, the courtroom sat hushed as bail was denied. Elena's family, clad in black, filed into the gallery. Marisol Carter wept openly. She believed in him. She thought this was just another prank. 30 minutes, chilling revelation. Just when it seemed the case was set, or so everyone thought, a sealed affidavit landed on Detective Malik's desk. Inside were phone records showing deleted messages between Jayden and an unknown accomplice, hinting that the prank may have been rigged to go wrong from the start. 30 minutes and 45 seconds, decrypting the secrets. Detective Priya Malik leaned over her laptop in the precinct's dim briefing room. The encrypted messages, once indecipherable, now scrolled across the screen, timestamps, code names, references to the next stage. As each line decrypted, a pattern emerged, a clandestine partnership between Jayden Carter and someone known only as Echo. 32 minutes and 20 seconds, a hidden accomplice. Who is Echo? Detective Malik murmured, tracing the digital footprint. The messages hinted at planning, and suggested that the fatal malfunction was no accident. Echo had coached Jayden through every step of the rigging, promising viral fame at any cost. Yet their identity remained a phantom. 34 minutes and 5 seconds, tracking digital clues. Detective Luis Ramirez cross-referenced IP logs. One address led to a suburban house in Raleigh, North Carolina. At 2 a.m., they drove through silent streets to the unassuming duplex. On the door, a single nameplate, Marcus Hall. No criminal history, no apparent ties to high-stakes pranks, just a freelance sound engineer with a penchant for online anonymity. 36 minutes and 40 seconds, confronting Marcus Hall. Inside, Hall stared at the detectives with hollow eyes. His studio was filled with audio rigs and storyboard sketches of Jayden's prank sets. When questioned, he admitted to supplying the smoke machine and advising on shock value techniques. "I thought we were creating art," Hall insisted. "Jayden needed something bigger, edgier. I never meant for anyone to get hurt." 38 minutes and 10 seconds, the unsettling confession. Under pressure, Hall's composure cracked. He revealed that 2 weeks before Elena's death, he and Jayden had discussed simulating a real accident to maximize views. It was supposed to end with Elena jumping up unharmed in a staged rescue. Hall had edited out safety fails in rehearsal footage, believing the mask would protect her. He said, "If she's not in danger, it's not click-worthy," Hall whispered. 40 minutes and 25 seconds, a new twist. But when Malik pressed Hall about the secondary trauma, her head injury after she fell, Hall's eyes flickered. He paused, then confessed. "There was one more instruction I gave Jayden, to keep going if anything went wrong." Suddenly, the room went silent. Detective Ramirez exchanged a look with Malik. This was no longer just involuntary manslaughter. They now faced deliberate endangerment, a conspiracy to harm. 42 minutes and 15 seconds, the evidence that vanished. Back at the station, forensic analyst Dr. Hannah Lee raised an alarm. The original camera SD card, Jayden's primary recording, had gaps far larger than the 6-second edits. Nearly 2 minutes of footage were missing, wiped clean. Whoever erased it knew exactly what they were hiding. 44 minutes, racing against time. Detectives scrambled to obtain backups from cloud providers. Every minute brought new leaks, anonymous tips, cryptic social media posts praising the spectacle and daring investigators to find the truth. The online chatter painted a chilling picture of a fanbase complicit in blood-soaked entertainment. 46 minutes and 30 seconds, a shadow in the frame. Then, in a recovered 4K clip from a neighbor's doorbell camera, they saw a figure in the background, tall, hooded, watching Elena collapse. No mask, no remorse. The timestamp, 11:47 p.m., the exact moment of impact. The silhouette lingered for 5 agonizing seconds before turning away. 48 minutes and 55 seconds, chilling realization. Detective Malik paused the playback. "That's Echo," she said softly. The figure's gait matched Marcus Hall's posture, but Hall swore he was at home editing audio that night. If Hall lied about his whereabouts, who else had motive and means to be there? 50 minutes and 20 seconds, the final puzzle piece. Across town, Elena's sister Marisol received an anonymous parcel, a single USB drive. Inside, a voice memo recording, Elena's own laughter, then Jayden's distorted voice saying, "Don't worry, Elle, I've got you," followed by a sharp intake of breath and the unmistakable thud of a body hitting the floor. Marisol's phone trembled in her hand as she listened. The last line played over and over. "You'll thank me later." 51 minutes and 40 seconds, behind closed doors. The trial opened on September 8, 2024, in Wake County Superior Court. Spectators filled every seat, Elena's family in somber black, Jayden Carter's defense team clustered at the front. Prosecutor Amelia Chen laid out a harrowing timeline, pausing at each moment Elena's life slipped away. 53 minutes and 5 seconds, the prosecution's case. Chen called Detective Malik to the stand. Malik recounted the encrypted messages, Marcus Hall's testimony, and the neighbor's doorbell footage. She described the missing 2 minutes of recording as the void where intent hides. The jury watched the hooded silhouette clip in silence, the figure's slow pivot etching itself into memory. 55 minutes and 20 seconds, defense counterattack. Jayden's attorney, Victor Reyes, challenged the authenticity of the doorbell footage. He played Hall's earlier statement, "Jayden panicked, he didn't plan her death." Reyes argued that the ambiguity of shadows and smoke left reasonable doubt. He painted Marcus Hall as the mastermind, suggesting Hall alone orchestrated the rigging errors. 57 minutes and 45 seconds, the USB bombshell. On cross-examination, Marisol Carter took the stand. She held up the USB drive. In open court, the recorder played Elena's own voice, hopeful and laughing, then Jayden's distorted reassurance and the final, horrifying thud. Gasps rippled through the gallery. Jayden's face went ashen. 59 minutes and 30 seconds, a witness unmasked. Forensic audio expert Dr. Irene Voss analyzed the recording. She confirmed the ambient room noise matched the Carters' living room that night. "This is Elena's last living memory," Voss said quietly. And Jayden's calm tone without shock suggests premeditation. The prosecution rested. 1 hour 2 minutes and 10 seconds, defense's desperate move. Reyes called Marcus Hall again, this time to claim he alone was responsible for the fatal staging. Hall's shoulders trembled under intense questioning. He admitted sending Jayden annotated rigging diagrams, but insisted he never told Jayden to ignore safety malfunctions. His confession ended with trembling lips, "I wanted fame, not blood." 1 hour 4 minutes and 40 seconds, jury deliberation. After 3 days of testimony and closing arguments, the jury retired. Elena's parents, hand in hand, whispered prayers in the hallway. Jayden paced at counsel table, head bowed. Outside the courthouse, cameras flashed as reporters speculated on a verdict that would decide justice for Elena. 1 hour 7 minutes and 55 seconds, verdict day. On September 15 at 11:07 a.m., the jury filed back in. Forewoman Linda Park cleared her throat. "We, the jury, find the defendant, Jayden Carter, guilty of second-degree murder." A collective exhale swept the courtroom. Jayden's attorney collapsed into his seat, Elena's family wept openly. Jayden himself did not react, his eyes fixed on the floor. 1 hour 10 minutes and 30 seconds, the sentencing hearing. 6 weeks later, Jayden stood as Judge Raymond Curtis delivered a 25-year prison sentence, with no possibility of early release. Elena's family nodded in solemn relief. In his final statement, Judge Curtis remarked, "Social media may reward the sensational, but justice demands truth." 1 hour 12 minutes and 45 seconds, a disturbing revelation. Just as the gavel fell, Detective Malik received an urgent call. A lab technician had discovered partial DNA under Elena's fingernails that matched neither Carter nor Hall. The sample was too degraded for a full profile, but enough to confirm a third party's presence and struggle. 1 hour 14 minutes and 20 seconds, the unanswered question. As Malik examined the report, her phone buzzed with an anonymous tip, "Echo still walks free." In the quiet of the precinct, she realized the case was far from closed. Somewhere out there was the true architect of the fatal prank, the one who orchestrated Elena's final moments, and had vanished into the digital ether. 1 hour 15 minutes and 10 seconds, the DNA breakthrough. Detective Malik traced the partial DNA match through a familial database. The closest relatives pointed to a deceased man, Greg Tolliver, an ex-stuntman who died in a motorcycle crash 5 years earlier. But Tolliver's sister, Vanessa, was alive and had worked as a camera operator for several viral prank channels. 1 hour 17 minutes and 45 seconds, a lead on Vanessa Tolliver. Malik and Ramirez traveled to Greenville, South Carolina, to question Vanessa Tolliver. They found her editing footage in a cramped studio apartment, surrounded by screens playing Jayden Carter's old pranks. Her eyes were cold as she invited them in. "I didn't kill Elena," Vanessa said. "But I know where Echo is hiding." 1 hour 19 minutes and 30 seconds, Vanessa's confession. Vanessa revealed that she and her brother Greg had built rigs for underground thrill seekers, Jayden included. After Greg's death, Vanessa inherited his equipment and contacts. She admitted sending the USB drive to Marisol, hoping to free herself from Greg's legacy. But she claimed Echo was someone Greg had mentored, an anonymous protege obsessed with pushing boundaries. 1 hour 21 minutes and 55 seconds, the protege's trail. Vanessa handed over a leather-bound notebook of codes and aliases. In it, Greg's last entries named Echo as Rook, a figure who communicated only through encrypted forums. One thread referenced Project Nightfall, a sequence of pranks meant to blur reality and performance. 1 hour 24 minutes and 20 seconds, decoding Project Nightfall. Back in Raleigh, forensic analysts matched Rook's voice prints to an unexpected source, Lila Park, a former network coordinator for Jayden's channel. Park had vanished after the trial began, her social profiles deleted. Investigators discovered she'd grown resentful when Carter's channel outpaced her own career. 1 hour 26 minutes and 5 seconds, the hidden footage. Using Lila's last known login credentials, Malik accessed a private video archive. There, she found a grainy clip labeled Nightfall Stage 3. It showed Elena's fall from a different angle, before the smoke machine struck her. Lila's voice whispered instructions through a walkie-talkie. Keep going. No stopping for her. 1 hour 28 minutes and 30 seconds, the final confrontation. With an arrest warrant secured, detectives surrounded Lila's apartment at 3:14 a.m. Inside, they found her packing a suitcase, flight to an undisclosed location. On her laptop screen glowed a half-written manifesto titled Carnival of Grief, describing Elena as the ultimate sacrifice for true virality. 1 hour 30 minutes and 45 seconds, Lila's arrest. Lila Park emerged, hands raised. She confessed without hesitation. Elena was the perfect victim, trusted and beloved. Her death would cement my legacy. She smirked as officers cuffed her. In her suitcase lay a list of other influencers, all marked for Nightfall finales. 1 hour 32 minutes and 10 seconds, a chilling discovery. In Lila's phone they found a final, unsent message, a link to a live stream countdown set to begin in 48 hours, hinting at Stage 4 and promising the grandest spectacle yet. 1 hour and 33 minutes, the countdown begins. At 12:01 a.m. on October 20th, 2024, exactly 48 hours before the scheduled livestream, a red-tinted timer blinked on Lila Park's abandoned server. 2 days, 0 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Detective Priya Malik stared at the clock on her laptop, adrenaline surging. 1 hour 34 minutes and 25 seconds, identifying the next target. Intercepted chat logs revealed the next Nightfall victim, 29-year-old social media star Ava Monroe, known for her high-energy fitness challenges. The plan, lure Ava to an abandoned warehouse under the guise of a sponsored video shoot, then broadcast her final moments to millions. 1 hour 36 minutes and 10 seconds, Ava's last known movements. Malik reviewed Ava's Instagram live at 3:12 p.m. yesterday, her last public appearance. She'd teased a mystery collab with Carter's former editor, promising fans a major announcement. The location tag pointed to an old textile mill on the outskirts of Raleigh. 1 hour 38 minutes and 45 seconds, a race against time. Detectives Ramirez and Malik rolled up to the mill at 2 p.m., just as Ava's ride, a black SUV, pulled into the gravel lot. Ava, dressed in neon workout gear, hopped out, phone in hand. A camera crew was nowhere to be seen. Yet her live stream showed her stepping through squeaking doors into the dim interior. 1 hour 40 minutes and 30 seconds, infiltrating the mill. Malik and Ramirez slipped through a broken side window at 2:04 p.m. Inside, the cavernous space was rigged with flickering floodlights, fog machines, and an elaborate network of cameras. In the center stood Ava, arms raised, waiting for direction that never came. 1 hour 42 minutes and 20 seconds, close call. As Malik crept forward, a motion sensor triggered a wash of red light. Ava spun around in panic. Malik shouted, "Ava, it's the police." But the pre-recorded message crackled through hidden speakers, "Welcome to Stage 4. No rescues allowed." 1 hour 44 minutes and 55 seconds, preventing disaster. Ramirez sprinted to the main control panel, a repurposed DJ booth covered in wires. He yanked at cables, trying to sever power. Sparks flew, the fog machines roared to life. Ava backed away, slipping on the slick floor. Malik grabbed her arm, pulling her clear just as a large steel girder swung down, missing her by inches. 1 hour 47 minutes and 30 seconds, Lila's last message. On Ramirez's radio crackled a distorted voice. "Welcome, Detective Malik. Too late to save her now." An IP trace routed the call through an offshore server. Lila was online and watching. 1 hour 49 minutes and 15 seconds, a narrow escape. With the power cut, cameras went dark and the floor lights dimmed. Malik led Ava through a maze of forklifts and pallets until they reached the exit. She collided with officers pouring in behind them. Ava collapsed into Malik's arms, sobbing. I heard her laugh, Elena's laugh, and then my name. 1 hour and 51 minutes, the unfinished broadcast. Back at headquarters, analysts recovered a fragment of Lila's stream, a chilling still frame of Ava's terrified face, frozen on screen, with the caption, Stage 4, the ultimate sacrifice. The full broadcast had never gone live, someone cut the feed seconds before the final act. 1 hour 52 minutes and 30 seconds, questioning the metadata. Detective Malik hunched over her workstation, eyes fixed on the metadata log. The incoming call that had threatened Ava at 1:49 p.m. hadn't come from Lila's known IP address. Instead, it traced back to an encrypted VPN exit node in Toronto, Canada. "Whoever this is, they're covering their tracks," Malik muttered, pulling up call routing tables. 1 hour 54 minutes and 10 seconds, a new suspect emerges. Across town, Detective Ramirez met with cybercrime specialist Zoe Chen. On a wall-sized screen, Chen displayed a network graph, dozens of anonymous handles coalescing around Project Nightfall. One alias, Drifter, surfaced repeatedly in the same VPN clusters as the Toronto endpoint. Drifter's avatar, a grinning fox mask. "Drifter isn't just a participant," Chen said. "They're a coordinator, feeding Lila instructions in real time." 1 hour 56 minutes and 5 seconds, connecting the dots. Malik recalled a note in Lila's abandoned manifesto, a line scribbled in crimson ink: "Drifter will rise when the world looks away." The phrase hinted at a power struggle behind the scenes, one that may have driven Drifter to override Lila's safeguards and push forward with Stage 5. 1 hour and 58 minutes, breaking into the dark web. Chen secured emergency clearance to infiltrate a hidden forum known as the Carnival Chamber. Using undercover credentials, she gained access at 2:15 a.m. What she found was chilling: threads planning Stage 5's victim reveal, complete with location scouting, talk of mass viewership, and instructions to Lila and Jordan's former editor to keep filming until the end. 2 hours and 15 seconds, a frantic discovery. Hidden in the code, Chen uncovered Drifter's real identity: Mason Fry, a disgraced viral content producer expelled from YouTube in 2022 for staging dangerous stunts. Fry's ambition had festered into obsession, and now, he saw Nightfall as the ultimate redemption. 2 hours 2 minutes and 40 seconds, racing against the clock. Armed with a warrant, Malik and Ramirez coordinated with Canadian authorities to trace Mason's location. But the VPN glitched just as they got close. His signal hopped to a new node in Amsterdam. Waiting for a fresh ping, they realized Stage 5's victim countdown had already started, set to expire in less than 12 hours. 2 hours 4 minutes and 55 seconds, an unlikely ally. Meanwhile, Jordan Carter, behind bars, watched televised reports on Nightfall. His face drained of color as he recognized a blueprint he'd drawn months earlier, one he believed Lila had abandoned. He scribbled a frantic note to Detective Malik via his lawyer. "I've seen this setup before. It's my old warehouse plan. That building's near the river docks. Please, send someone." 2 hours 7 minutes and 20 seconds, a race to the docks. At 3:30 a.m., Malik's team converged on the abandoned riverside warehouse Jordan described. Inside, they found a massive steel cage rigged with live cameras and a countdown timer flashing: 11 hours 37 minutes and 29 seconds. On the wall, a single message spray painted in black: "Welcome, spectators. Survivor's last breath at dawn." 2 hours 9 minutes and 45 seconds, the unseen puppet master. As Malik peered into the shadows, her radio crackled: "Echo, this is Drifter. Phase 5 is live. Let the world watch them die." Malik's blood ran cold. Echo was not merely an alias, it was a living, orchestrating presence. And now, under Drifter's command, they stood poised to unleash the most horrific spectacle yet. 2 hours 10 minutes and 20 seconds, the ticking cage. Detective Malik's heart pounded as she peered through the steel bars. The countdown now read 11 hours 34 minutes and 12 seconds. Inside the cage sat a single figure, hands bound, eyes wide with terror. It was neither Ava nor another influencer, it was Detective Ramirez, who had infiltrated the warehouse earlier to set up surveillance. 2 hours 11 minutes and 5 seconds, a desperate gambit. Ramirez caught Malik's eye and mouthed, "I tripped the override." He disabled the cage's automatic locks before Drifter could react, but only for 30 seconds. Malik checked her watch. The window would slam shut at 11 hours 33 minutes and 47 seconds. 2 hours 11 minutes and 45 seconds, racing the seconds. Malik sprinted to the control panel, fingers flying over wires. Sparks burst as she reactivated the manual release. Behind her, the speaker crackled with Drifter's taunt. "Tick-tock, detective." 2 hours 12 minutes and 30 seconds, the cage unlatches. With a final yank, Malik freed the cage door at 11 hours 32 minutes and 10 seconds. She yanked Ramirez out, slamming the door shut. The timer froze at 11 hours 31 minutes and 59 seconds. Sirens wailed as SWAT units flooded the warehouse. 2 hours 13 minutes and 15 seconds, confronting Drifter. In the shadows, a figure stepped forward, masked with the signature fox grin. Drifter's voice was calm and measured. "You saved him. Congratulations. But you're too late for everyone else." Malik raised her badge. "This ends now. Who else is inside?" 2 hours and 14 minutes, a hidden broadcast. On Malik's phone, a notification blinked, a live feed had just started. The gallery of viewers climbed by the second. There was no victim on screen, only an empty stage adorned with a single spotlight and a figure moving slowly into frame. 2 hours 14 minutes and 45 seconds, the unseen trap. Malik's blood ran cold as she saw who stepped into the light, Jordan Carter, eyes hollow, wearing a collar device strapped to his neck. His lips twisted into a tortured smile as the camera zoomed in, ready to broadcast his final performance. For more chilling content, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.